To come on here, I've been thinking about how people are so fooled, and the let's just say when you join a club, if you go join the Y, for instance, um, say that s- something that just happened with us is Trenton, my son, at 14, was over starting to lift weights, and I was with him, and one of the managers of the Y came over and said, "Hey, have you been through the course? You know what's this and that." Um, and he gave us a quick rundown of what could and what couldn't be done, um, what weights to use and what he couldn't use. All right, and without supervision and going through this thing. Now, what's unfortunate when you join a church, when you go to the church, all you're given is this welcome pamphlet. Fill out these. You're not given a rule book. You're gonna just have to assume that they all love Jesus and we go by the Bible. But that couldn't be further from the truth. And this is why I'm out to expose religion, because they are false, they are liars, they allow you to assume that they love Jesus and they go by the Spirit of Christ. But nothing could be further from the truth. They have their own truth. This is what you get. You remember when the lady was caught in adultery and everybody was trying to stone her and they asked Jesus, tried to trip him up to say, well, hey, what's your remedy? This woman was caught in the very act. This is religion, folks. This is what you're stepping into. So I took a little time this morning to kind of help those who might be thinking about joining a church. So you want to join a church. Here's some hard truths. What to expect. Expect to be indoctrinated, their version of the truth. You may be called by Christ, but when you go to religion, when you go to these churches, you still have to be converted. You're not Christ's until they say you're Christ. They're going to tell you what you have to do falsely. And you begin this trail away from Jesus, not listening to Jesus. So, what to expect? To be indoctrinated of their version of truth, to learn the positions of authority, transition from following the Spirit to following a pastor. They know better, and it's them who God will speak through. Wink, wink. You will be expected to learn the positions of authority. Stay in your lane. You'll be expected to give time and money, compelled and expected tithing, and wink, wink, free giving until it hurts. Also, before paying your bills and obligations, surely God will reward you. But somehow they don't exercise the same belief. They probably should take that advice themselves and not pressure you in giving something, because God surely will provide for them, right? They shouldn't have to beg people for the money. The hypocrisy, folks. You will be expected to walk humbly before their authoritarian rule. It's a slave master concept, miraged under leadership. They love to use leadership, but their leadership is no more than a slave master relationship. I was once told, not religious, but just a man on the job that I worked with. He said he loves to be able, he said, be couth, not righteously, of course, but be couth is the premise of being able to knock someone's tooth out without busting her lip, with no evidence you did something wrong. And this is exactly what churches do to you with your relationship. The easier, the better, the more manipulative, the more conniving and secretly being able to convert you into what they are without you even knowing it is professionalism to them. And that's the way they see it. Now expect chastisement from the Lord through man, shaming from the congregation. People will ignore you at the slightest disagreements and make you feel like it's for your own good. Extreme judgment. And then you'll learn to be just like them as you continue to obey them. Extreme judgment. You will become just like them. You will learn how to judge people and not let God have mercy on them. All right. What are some of the things that you shouldn't expect? You should not expect a Christ-led assembly. Their own bylaws and corporate-ran hierarchical establishment will rule, not Jesus, not the words, not the character or the grace of Jesus. Don't expect change from these folks. If you went there and you have this epiphany, you see something that they're doing wrong, in your opinion, that's all it is to them. These folks have been fine-tuning their doctrine for years to sway others to their own false truths. And let me warn you right now, no matter what Jesus may reveal to you, don't share it if you want to stay in their graces. You will not be heard. You will be excommunicated. This will happen to you. Don't expect unbiased judgment and decisions. An uphill climb. You don't have the clout. You must work your way to the elite few, if it's even possible. Normally, it's those who have lots of money, they give freely, they give by compel. They are compelled to give, so they know that if they give, they're going to gain favor. And the more you give, the more they like you because of your giving, not because of Jesus. No matter what ideas you have. Now, if the person that's in that elite group has that same idea, they'll do it. I've watched it with my own eyes. Everything I'm telling you, I've experienced and watched within the churches. And again, most of you know that I came out of a UPCI church. And these people who are affiliated with that are part of that same judgmental assemblies. Notes, you must obey them and don't be rebellious. You must bring others and convert them. Let them be like you. Be like them. Bring someone to church, they say, for Jesus. Let's win our city to Jesus, they say. It's club rules, guys. And you're going to find out the hard way, and many do. And I wish they would get out there and tell their stories. Because these false assemblies, congregations, want to be Christ led type churches. They don't even want to be. They don't want to be Christ led. It's a club to them. It's a club rules, and that's the way it is. It's not going to change. You definitely will not change it because you'll face this. Be sure and understand your rules before you go. Having these high expectations that they're so loving, they're so inviting. I just felt like I was part of their family. There's going to come a time, and it happens all the time. And if these folks would expose them instead of saying, you know what, let them be, you wouldn't understand. This would be a disclaimer, and people would learn beforehand. They should be handing you out a rule book and tell you where you stand and what levels you can be if you do such and such. You see, you could go into the corporate world and there's positions. You got open positions here, open. You can try for that, try for that. See, this is undercover. This is the dark truth of being a part of an assembly. And I hope people listen. I hope you share this and people understand. You walk in as a nobody. You climb your way as the corporate ladder. The more you give, both time and money, the more that you bring other people in and convert them, and the better you kiss up to leadership is the way you climb in that corporate ladder called church. God bless you today and be well.